Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazda. On today's show, we check in with the Ames Convention and Visitors Bureau. My guest today is Alison Walter, who's with the Ames Convention and Visitors Bureau. Alison, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, you've been in Ames for a long time and worked for the Convention and Visitors Bureau for quite some time. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Sure. I grew up in Ames, and I did own a business on Main Street for a while, and now I work for the Convention and Visitors Bureau for about 7 years. And I work with our members and our visitors to the community. So I am the Member and Visitor Services Manager.
So you obviously interact with a lot of different people, a lot of groups, people coming to Ames for the first time. As a longtime resident of Ames, sometimes we forget how great we have it here.
That's true, and that's what we wanted to remind people this month, with May being National Tourism Month. We're doing a little promotion of that and just reminding people that they can be a tour guide in their own community.
I've heard that phrase used before, be a tourist in your own town, because sometimes you go to these big cities and you want to see the sights and you're visiting people and they've never been there.
Right.
And I find that kind of amazing, and yet we have that in Ames. Sometimes people forget all the great things we have.
Exactly. And so when you have family and friends, think about the things that we have and the places that you can take them, and remember that over 459,000 people came to Ames last year, stayed in a hotel, stayed overnight, and took advantage of all those great things that we have to do. And so you can help be a tour guide.
So not everybody's coming to visit family. Ames is a drawing point for educational conferences, for classes. So a lot of people are coming for different reasons. What are some of the things that bring people to Ames?
Sure. Well, we have some key events like the Iowa Games, 3 weekends in July. We have the Special Olympics, Iowa State Games at the end of this month. And then we have a lot of smaller groups. We have class reunions. We have Iowa State reunions. We have a lot of educational conferences. This summer we're also holding 3 ultimate Frisbee events. We had one in April, and we have 2 more coming up, both high school and collegiate level ultimate events.
So I know the class reunion is a big one. As you know, City Hall used to be a high school, so I do get calls occasionally asking for tours, and we always do those tours. If you'd like a tour of City Hall for your group, be sure to contact me. But a lot of times people are coming back, haven't been to Ames forever, and they're amazed at the growth and change. And not just in the business community, although it's been fabulous, but in the park system, the facilities, everything that's going on. What are some of those things you encourage people to engage in?
Sure. Well, we do have a great park system, and there's lots, and in fact, the 50-year class reunion that I'm working with, they pointed out that Ada Hayden, when they were in high school, was a rock quarry. It didn't even, think of it as being the beautiful lake with the walking paths that we have now.
Sure, I'm not sure if people know that it's industrial background, that it was a working rock quarry for so long, and now when you drive past north of Ames as you exit the town, what a beautiful entrance or exit point, depending on which direction you're going. Acres and acres of landscaping and trails. Obviously, people are excited to see that.
Yes, yes. In the Furman Aquatic Center, another new facility within the last few years. The other thing that we have are the disc golf courses in Ames. That's a really growing sport, and I think people forget. And what a great way to just spend the day, an afternoon out enjoying nature and playing a little disc golf.
Yeah, the City of Ames has a disc golf course, as well as Iowa State University. Those are great for people who want to get out and get active. As you mentioned, the Furman Aquatic Center replaced Carpool, a long-standing landmark, but now is Car Park.
Ice arena, open year-round, so you can go out and do a little ice skating any time of year. Our Main Street Cultural District, a wonderful place to spend a day doing a little shopping with lots of unique stores and lots of great dining places and wonderful public art.
Absolutely. Those people who haven't been in Ames for a long time might be surprised by now the multiple shopping districts that we have. Some people who grew up with only Main Street or maybe only the North Mall area may be surprised to see Somerset or South Duff, how that's grown and expanded. West End, lots of growth and development there as well.
And lots going on in Campus Town.
I was just going to mention. So, and obviously the university, a huge source of activities, lectures, always something going on at the university and often open to the public.
Yes, a lot of them are, and great public art on campus. And the other thing that our office does is we organize tours of the Iowa State Research Farms. So you can see the BioCentury Research Farm, the Horticulture Research Station, the dairy farm, and as long as you have a group of about 10 people or so and you contact me about a week or probably 2 weeks ahead of time would be good, we can arrange a tour for your group of any of those research farms. And don't forget Ryman Gardens, another great facility in the community.
Yeah, beautiful. So when people talk to you about Ames or their impressions, are there things, the trends or things that they mention a lot?
I think they're just surprised at all the different things that we have. And we do see a lot of interest in the arts, and we have a number of performing arts organizations within the community. So there's lots going on, and I think people are surprised about that, and we try to promote that. You know, being a membership organization, that is one of the benefits of your membership, is the ability to promote your events throughout the community.
What has surprised me in the last few years are the summer schedules that fill up so quickly with what I would call family-friendly events, a lot of low-cost or no-cost events. A lot of sort of maybe shorter, a 2-hour commitment or less. Festivals are really big now. I know we have a lot of festivals planned in the summer. Does any of that information filter through you? Yes, definitely. Our website is visitames.com, and we've got a great event calendar on there, and you can look out into the future. So if you're thinking about a date and you want to see what's going on, we try to keep that filled with events. As soon as we find out about them and the organizations let us know about them, then we get them on the calendar. So at least it's there as a placeholder. It may not have a lot of details until it gets a little bit closer, but it's a great way for you to find out what's going on. A lot more music planned for the summer than I've seen in the past. We have outdoor concerts. We have the municipal band that plays on Thursdays beginning in June and continues to the end of July. Yep. We also have music on Main Street and with the farmers market. Yes, yeah, Saturdays. And we've got 2 great farmers markets in the community, which is nice. There's the Sunday concerts that happen up in the Roosevelt Park area. So you could almost any weekend probably find some sort of a musical event going on in the community. And those are separate than the big events that you're bringing in. Right. Those, I mean, the Iowa games are giant. They happen over a couple weekends now, as you said before. Sometimes you can be in Ames and not realize a big event's going on, but that one is hard to miss. You won't miss that one. That's right. Anywhere you drive around town. And that's a great, a partnership with the city and the university and the organization to be able to use all those different facilities around the community, tennis courts and intramural courts and soccer fields and baseball fields all over the community are used through those 3 weekends, and so we're lucky to have it. Have you ever competed in the Iowa Games? You know, I have not, and that's terrible. I really did once. There's a record of me many years ago. So, yeah, that is awesome. An awesome thing to watch if you're not participating in. Right. It's fun. To volunteer. We organize thousands of volunteers and help recruit thousands of volunteers for events like Special Olympics and Iowa Games and a lot of the events that require a lot of manpower, and so that's a great way to get involved as well. So again, be a tourist in your own town, take advantage of the things that are out there, volunteer at an event where we need help. What about just being a good ambassador? Definitely. Just welcome those people when they're in the community. You might run into them in the line at the grocery store or walking down the street if someone's asking for directions or ideas. Remember that they have a big economic impact on our community.
through the studies with the Iowa Economic Department, Iowa Economic Authority, over $99 million of direct spending in our community. And that's just from the people that we track through their stay in a hotel or and overnight. So those friends and family that come and just stay in your home aren't even counted in that number. So it's much
I think
higher
people
than that.
underestimate that impact, because I have visited very small towns with not even a fraction of what Ames has to offer, but having a good interaction with somebody makes all the difference in the world to how you view that visit.
Yep, that community. And that is one thing that we hear quite often at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, is how welcoming the people are in the community, and what a big difference that has made in their event when they were out and about in the community, and people were friendly and helpful. That really wants them to bring their event back to the community again.
Now, I know as a long-term Ames resident, you know that in the past, when Iowa State was done for the spring semester, it seemed a little empty in Ames, and I have to say in the last few years I just haven't felt that anymore.
No, they seemed like more students are staying through the summer, but then all of that influx of additional events that are happening.
So it seems very exciting.
Yes.
I mean, we talk about Ames sort of sleeping over the summer, but
Yep.
boy, you just don't see that anymore.
No.
There's always something happening.
Definitely not a sleepy town in the summer.
and you know what? Get out and drive around. If you haven't driven through campus recently, you'd be surprised by all the growth. Out west, there's growth.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing to see what's happening in the community, and it's really very positive.
It is. It's very exciting. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Alison, we love your enthusiasm, and May, National Tourism Month, is that correct?
Yep.
So I hope that all our residents can help participate in one way or another. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks. It was great.
If you want more information about what's happening in Ames, remember that website, visitames.com. Also remember, you can always find the latest information about what's happening at your local government at www.cityofames.org. We have a calendar of events as well as connections to our social media. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.